Ag Week Weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
As July comes to a close, what will the weather entail? Here's John with our Agri-weather outlook.
The hot weather that's been dominating headlines over the western states is beginning to expand, and it's shifting, and it's going to bring some of that heat out into the Great Plains. Another round of temperatures getting up into the 90s and even some century-digit marks will be likely over the next couple of weeks, and a lot of persistent, much warmer than average weather. Also, throughout the Great Plains, with the hotter temperatures, there will come less rainfall. So where's that rainfall going? The stormy weather pattern will shift into the eastern part of the United States and the eastern part of the corn bean belt of the United States as well. Jet stream, it's a typical midsummer pattern, very meandering. I've actually depicted 3 separate sort of streams. They're all sort of fairly weak, and that's allowing this hot weather to build up. Where there is ridging, that's where the hottest temperature is, and within this shade of red, I expect high temperatures to be mostly at least around or in the 90s, and some of this is at times even into the hundreds. You're going to see a lot of that in the southwest and in the western states, and you may see a day or two of that again showing up in through the high plains. As we move through the week, we'll continue to see the weather just a little cooler, a little more tolerable around the Great Lakes, though still plenty warm. A lot of this will end up being 80s and maybe even an occasional 70-degree day. As we go through the week, that will gradually shift. The ridge will get a little stronger, and there are some signs we could start seeing by the weekend that heat beginning to shift out of the high plains and a little bit into the western edge of the Midwest. I look for in the second week of the forecast period for this area around the Great Lakes to remain consistently a little bit cooler than what we were seeing a little bit further to the west. But that first full week in August, I do believe we'll see that hot weather expanding and increasing a little bit, moving into western Minnesota with consistent 90-degree temperatures, western Iowa, and even parts of the Corn Belt proper will start getting that extreme heat. It will only remain cool up around the Hudson Bay region, and the Pacific Northwest Canadian version will remain quite a bit cooler. As far as precipitation goes, where that cool air encounters the heat and humidity, there will be scattered showers and thunder showers, and those will be trending to progress a little further to the east. Some of these, of course, will be strong storms, but we're not trying to predict where that is. From the western high plains out to the west coast, mostly pretty dry, except for some rain along the Canadian coastline, which may send a few fingers down into the Pacific Northwest. The second week of the period, I look for the dry area to be expanding in through much of the northern plains as the main rain area shifts further east.